Hey guys, welcome to a new vintage hairstyling video. So, you guys know I'm always looking for new heatless curling methods, heatless hairstyling methods. I'm trying to give my hair a little bit of a break from heat styling. I especially enjoy finding new methods to get that kind of pin curl looking hairstyle, that very typical 40s, 50s hair without having to do actual pin curls because they take forever to do. So every time I can get a shortcut to get that hairstyle, I'll be super happy. So I was looking for different things that I could try out to get that, vintage brush out hairstyle, and I came across my set of Flexi rods. So I was wondering if I could use these to do a vintage brush out. I should be perfectly able to use these for a vintage brush out, because, a heatless curl is a heatless curl, pretty much, as long as you wrap it the right way. So I went onto YouTube, and of course this has been done before. So I came across this amazing tutorial by Miss Victory Violet. I will link that in the description box if you want to watch that. It goes into so much detail on how to get the perfect Flexi rod vintage brush out. So I went out and got myself another set so that I got a couple more. I'm gonna copy her setting pattern as well, because I feel like that was just a really good setting pattern that I will be happy to copy. So basically I'm just gonna be following her tutorial. Seeing what happens. This is the first time I'm trying this and I'm really excited. My setting lotion, I use a lot of body. We'll link it, everything I use will be linked in the description box. And other than that, I think I'm just gonna follow pretty much, what I normally do combined with what she recommends in her video. So I'm gonna start with a side parting here. Gonna get a nice and deep side parting. So she recommends getting sections that are wide but thin. So given the shape of the rollers, which are pretty wide, obviously, you can get sections that are a bit wider, but they can't be too thick or the hair won't dry, won't hold shape as well, and the rollers won't stay in as well. I'm trying to figure out where to use the thinner ones and where to use the thicker ones. I think I'm gonna use the thicker rollers up top and then use the thinner ones all around, because I do believe my old rollers are more similar. Yeah, they are the same size as the smaller rollers in my new set. So I'm just gonna use the big ones on top so that my front curls are a bit bigger. Gonna spritz down my hair with the setting lotion. She recommends rolling so that the ends of your hair are facing towards your parting. So to me that will be that way. Then holding everything flat and then rolling up. And as you go, she recommends using the tail of your comb to kind of flatten the ends, which is an amazing tip and something I'm definitely gonna start doing from now on, especially since I do have my bangs that need to somehow incorporate into this. So another important thing she said to watch out for is that you roll the hair on top of itself, so you don't roll it like this around the roller, like you would if you were to make kind of regular, modern curls with your Flexi rods, but to have the curl stack on top of itself as a pin curl would. So now I have rolled it in the wrong direction. I'm pretty sure she rolls away from the face. Okay, let's do that again. So I'm just gonna spritz a bit more setting lotion. Way to go! Okay, never mind. Let's try again. So I'm gonna roll away from my face and towards my parting. Tail of my comb, get everything in there. Does make it a bit harder to get my bangs incorporated because I'm working against gravity now instead of with it. It's kind of hard. Okay, I feel like it doesn't look as nice as it did the first time I tried this. Okay. So now you are to bend the roller in the opposite direction of where you roll it in. So I rolled back, so I'm gonna bend it forward. It is still in, so that's good. Let's move on to the next section. Okay, when there's no layers or bangs, this is much easier to do. Okay, it's not as smooth as hers. Whoops. It's not as smooth as hers. I definitely have some sticky outy bits of hair here, some flyaways, but I don't think I'll be able to get those in there at this point. This isn't good, is it? Look at all of these. Okay, now I'm gonna go back. I need to do this properly. Properly or not at all. That's the way to do things. Okay, that is at least slightly better. So I'm gonna do a row all the way down the back of my head, kind of like a mohawk, what you call it. And then I'll be back to do the sides and everything, because otherwise it's gonna be a very, very, very long video. Alright, I have got my little mohawk going all the way back. I ended up kind of accidentally actually using the thicker rollers all the way up until the last one. This is one of the smaller ones. So there goes my idea of using the bigger ones on top, but I'm sure it's gonna work out anyway. I am okay with all of them except for this front one, which my bangs are just popping out of, so I'm probably gonna redo that at the end. But first I want to do the sides. So I do believe she mentioned doing 2 rows on the side. That will be 2 rollers here and then just a row down there. And now I need to really pay attention to the direction again. This time I need to wrap the ends away from my face, like this. Okay, I think that went well. So one more below that. I am glad I got this second set of rollers because I wouldn't have had enough at all. I'm gonna use the other 2 smaller rollers on this other side and then just use the larger one in the middle. And this side, again, curling away from the face. How do I do that? Other hand. Okay, so now I'm gonna finish this off. I only have one of the light pink rollers left, and then all of my long, darker pink ones. So I think I'm just gonna go in with the longer ones now. Okay, I can see why she recommends the shorter rollers for vintage styles, because you definitely don't need all of that length. The length is great when you're doing spiral curls like this, when you curl the hair around the roller like that. But if you're all doing them all in one place, it's really not necessary to have them that long. I'm making my sections a little bit bigger now because running out of rollers, honestly, but at least we'll see what happens if I do put in a bit more hair. Odd thing I'm noticing as I'm doing this. Apparently, I never roll with my dominant hand. Because I'm trying to hold the roller in my left hand and roll with the right one now, and it just feels so weird because I always do it with my left hand. Something I never noticed before. Alright, here we are. I think that is my set all done. I am just gonna redo the front here because those bangs not gonna work like this. You know what, maybe I'm just gonna actually spray them so they hold. Just got them absolutely soaking wet. Oh, I had it. I had it and now it popped out again. Okay, I think I got it now. So I'm just gonna give everything a final spritz of setting lotion and water mix. Now I just need to wrap this up in a scarf. And I am going to leave this on for a couple of hours, just go about my day, and then I will be back in the late afternoon. I'll take it out and show you the results, do the brush out and everything, and we'll see what this gets us. Flexi rod, wet set. Fingers crossed this works. I really want it to work. You know what, guys? I don't think... Well, obviously it's my first time doing this, but this wasn't necessarily faster than any of the other methods I've tried. I do think I will get very nice and consistent results with this, because the rollers, I have one left, the rollers are quite firm. They don't squish as much as sponge rollers would, but we'll see about all of that later. Alright, it is 4:30, it's been about 5 hours, and it's time to take down my rollers, my flexi rods, if you will, and see what we have. Try and brush this out. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. I'm hoping for some super tight curls. Not bad. Not bad at all. That is a tight curl indeed. Something I'm noticing straight away from the takedown from this is that it's very smooth and kind of hair friendly. The hair doesn't catch or snag on anything. It's just very, yeah, clean to take these out. Oh, this bit didn't dry. Oh, and it's right in the front as well. That's the bit I sprayed down like crazy to help with those bangs. Anyway, I'm gonna try and hide this in there somewhere. Let's do the brush out, see what we are left with. These are some really tight curls, so I'm very hopeful. So bouncy, look guys! Oh, I love it already. Okay, let's do the other side. So I do have a crease here. Yeah, very nice, very pretty. Let's see if I can get this molded into shape. I'm gonna do a bit of back combing on the top here. I honestly feel like this is one of my better sets. It's very tight, very bouncy. Nice and fluffy too, mostly around the bottom, which I like. I'm brushing, but I can't really get these to combine into waves or combine as much as I would like. I think that is because the curls are just too small. My rollers are very thin for the most part, except for the thicker ones maybe, but this, I mean, this is a very small diameter. Even this one actually I think is rather on the thin side. So my curls are just really fluffy, but not combining into those beautiful kind of pin-up-y waves. And I also think that is because of the varying lengths that I used. Not lengths, varying thicknesses, because obviously it's not uniform all throughout the back, so it's not forming that beautiful kind of, you know, single row of wave. But I must say I really like my results anyway. It's just a bit of a fluffier set than I would usually do. I am gonna just comb back this side bit here. Style the hair a little bit. I think for now this is my end result. I feel like there's definitely room to improve still, but the curls are nice and fluffy and bouncy. I do feel like this is a set that's gonna last a long time. Yeah, like I mentioned, I do think I would prefer a bit of a wider diameter on my rollers, just to get a bit of a bigger curl, make it easier to actually wave up, easier to work with. So even the waves that I do have just go back into curls quite quickly. I feel like this is a set that would need a lot of product, and that is not my personal preference. I do think the result is really pretty, and it was definitely one of the easier ways I have found to do vintage curls. Definitely easier than hand-formed pin curls. Not sure if it's actually that much easier than rollers. One advantage of these Flexi rolls over rollers is that you get a bit more surface area to work with, which does make it a little bit easier to roll. Let me know what you think. Is this something that you have done before, using Flexi rolls to do vintage curls with? If so, what results do you get? Is there anything you do differently? Do you have any tips? All in all, not too bad. Definitely not perfect, but definitely not bad either. Once again, I will link to the tutorial that I followed in the description box below. It is super detailed, super comprehensible, so definitely go watch that if you want to give this a shot yourself. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for loads more beauty and lifestyle content. If you would like to support me through Patreon or my merch store, there'll be links in the description box below. Thank you so much for your support. There is another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!